We'll have to.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is the Coaches Show. Mike, Mindy, Coach OB, welcome back to the program, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Coach, how you doing out there?
Good. We just finished a nice early morning practice today, so just finished up to, getting excited for the season.
All righty, so what are we doing now as far as the season? You're fine-tuning things. Where are we at?
We just had our first road scrimmage last Saturday against Longwood. So always nice when you get to go out and compete against other teams besides ourselves and our male practice team. So that was good. Lots of great film that we got from that. We have one more scrimmage and then the season kicks off on November 6th.
Wait a minute. Do you scrimmage against the men?
We scrimmage against our male practice squad.
Gotcha.
They are men that go to VCU that usually played high school or have played basketball in the past. And they're our practice squad. So they come in and practice with us almost every day. And we can give them free food, Nike gear, and early registration into their classes.
Sounds about right for men in college.
It's a wrap.
And they're great.
Sign up. Put me in, Coach.
They are great.
I see the other places, they become part of the organization for you guys. Talk about that relationship there.
Yeah, I mean, it's fantastic. We talk a lot about, hey, you guys are bigger, faster, stronger. You can help us run the opponent's offense and defense. And we really want to get a group of guys that are committed to helping us be better and not dunk and show off how great they are. It's really about kind of building that culture. And our practice squad we have a great group of young men. They are all really dedicated, get up in the morning with us, are part of the team. Anytime we do anything fun, we always have them with us. And they really do. They help, lots of Division I women's teams go against practice squads just because it helps them prepare for the season.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that's a great support.
I thought that I saw that at South Carolina they give rings to their they give rings to the players.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
That keeps it involved. All right, so this is the Coaches Show. Mike, Mindy, Coach OB. And we'd like to thank our sponsors who are out there. Gil Bain, Silveria, B&G Collective, as well as the NES Cornhole Lounge, and my good friends, Inspiring HR, Mindy Flanagan there. So, Coach, we're ready going into the season. Are there glaring places like, man, we really got to work on this? And how do you get that taken care of as you get closer to the season?
Well, we don't want her exposed to phone.
You know what? Ladies and gentlemen, I was in the Army, and
I'm all for transparency, man, but I want them to win.
Okay. So, Coach, if it was another team out there, how do we go about? Okay, I guess I can't do that one.
No, it's okay. I can answer it. I think it's a great question. I think, as you talk about building towards success, we took the film from this weekend in our first scrimmage, and we wanted to get really detailed on what are two areas that we want to see get better. So we talked about that with the team. We were really transparent to start practice today. And hey, we had two focal points, one on offense, like, hey, we want to make our decisions quicker, right? Can we make decisions quicker and get and still get good shots without turning the ball over? And then defensively, we talk about, being able to dictate, not letting teams into the paint. Right. So we wanted to get really laser focused. And then every day in practice, we're going to do drills so that we can really evaluate our progress. Instead of having this big thing, we took what we thought were two of the most important things that we learned from scrimmaging this weekend.
So does that mean they watch film with you and like you get their buy-in and early on agreement of things that need to be worked on? So you're not dictating, they're actually participatory?
Yeah, and so we do film really differently. I've been lucky enough to work with a performance consultant, and one of the things that we talk about is, generally when you do film, the coach stands up front and the clips are going, and you try to.
That's the way they show it in the movie.
Yeah, and it feels a lot like I'm the old professor. And so what we want is our team to have a lot of ownership in it. So what we do is we take those clips We put them on 4 different computers. We break the team up into 4 small groups. And we have performance goals for every game that we think are the most important things for us to play well. And so we look at those clips just from those performance goals. So every small group might have a starter, might have a player coming off the bench, might have someone that didn't get a lot of playing time, and they talk about our strengths and our areas of growth from the clips. And then we come all back in together. Every group puts it up on the board, and then we watch the clips together. And we're really trying to work on everyone's voice and ownership in it. And that we always say, win, lose, and learn. That's always what
Love
takes
that.
place for us after every scrimmage, every game.
Mhm, mhm. See, seat at the table.
That's right, seat at the table. All right, this is Mike, Mindy, Coach OB here, ESPN Richard 106.1. You can catch the show every Friday, 6:30 a.m. That's where we are, talking to Coach about all things VCU women's basketball. So I talk to other coaches, and I always wondered, like, the timeout situation. So how do you determine your style? So some coaches, all right, the coaches get together, and then first they huddle up, and then they go over. How do you determine that, like, what goes on during that timeout?
Yeah, like I talked about, we do performance goals. So we have really 3 specific things that we are statting every time we play. And so our young graduate assistants come up to me and they're going to give me the stats before I even go into the timeout. So how many turnovers did we have? So this last weekend, our goals were about turnovers. They were about limiting the other team to no offensive rebounds. Or really low offensive rebounds, and then keeping the team out of the paint, right? So those 3 numbers, they come in, they give them to me. I talk to our staff about what are we doing well on offense, what do we want to continue to run, what are we doing well on defense, and then we bring really specific into that timeout. I start and say, hey, first of all, you're doing a great job taking care of the ball. We only had 1 turnover, or hey, excellent job on the boards. They had, no offensive rebounds for that segment. But we've got to get better at not letting them into the paint, right? So that they know where we are when we're looking at those 3 things. So I try to keep it as detailed as we can. And then we come out, we make sure everybody's on the same page. Okay, hey, this is what our defense is. This is what we're running, so that we really go out and execute. So, and then when the players leave the timeout, my assistant coaches make sure, and we know some players sometimes need a reminder again of what we're in, and they grab certain players and make sure that they're all on the same page. I think having that clear, concise communication is really important when you're in pressure situations, and with only a certain amount of time.
Coach, that's an awful lot for about 90 seconds.
It goes pretty quick, Mike. It goes pretty quick.
It does. And
Well, but she has the underlying systems and processes already in her head to know how this is supposed to run. That's how you make the most of the 90 seconds.
That's it.
TV
because we
timeouts are
see it.
like 2 hours. I feel like TV timeouts are longer, and sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, how long are we sitting down here? But yes, the other ones are shorter.
Coach OB is here. Mindy, Mike, we're talking VC women's basketball. The season is upcoming. You guys are building towards it. Talk a little bit about the role of the student athlete. They got a lot to do.
It's incredible when you're really at this level, and I know there's all the talk about image and likeness and all of the money that is in it, but our student athletes, they really they have just a different experience than regular college students. So this morning, just to give you a day, they were all in basically in the gym by 8 at the latest. We were lifting from 8:30 to 9:30. Then we practice from 9:30 to 12:30. They eat. Most of them start classes between 1 and 2. Those classes, are all the way up. And then, really our evening classes start at 5:30. So they're in class. And then on top of that, they have individual tutor time. So every one of our players do get individual tutors for every one of their classes, which is awesome. But they have that, and that's a regular day. So they eat, they lift, they're in practice for about 4 hours, and then they're in class and tutoring. And they do get to travel all over the world and all different great places and all of that, but they definitely earn it. They spend a lot of time dedicated to the game and to the team, and obviously representing VCU too.
Look at all
But
those time
it's-
management skills they're getting
there
at.
is incredible time management skills, and that's why I think you see athletes do so well in careers, because you learn a lot about teamwork and time management and
Mhm.
hard work.
There you go, Coach. I'd like to thank you for your time. We will talk to you soon. The season is upcoming. Anything you'd like us to know about what's happening with VCU women's basketball?
Well, we'd
Well,
love to see everybody at the stew. So November 6th is our opening game. Come join us. And then November 15th, Friday night against Temple. That's our big support her game. As many fans as we can get there, that would be awesome.
There you go.
Well, we will be there.
We will be there. Pom poms on. Like that's what I'll be doing. Mindy won't be doing that. Okay, well, we're good. All right, Coach, I'd like to thank you for your time. On the mic is Mike, Mindy, and the coach, VCU basketball, 6:30 a.m. Once again, we'd like to thank our sponsors, which is Inspiring HR, NES Cornhole Lounge, B&G Collector, Silveria, Gilbane, and Yazbek. So I'd like to thank you for your time, Coach. Thanks, now. Take care.
Thank you, guys. Have a
Take
great
care.
day.
Bye.
Fabulous. She is just lovely.